Well, BMW have finally done it. They've made an electric car that looks normal. It is a BMW iX3, and first and foremost, range and price. This machine, with its 80 kilowatt hour battery pack, will set you back just shy of 125 grand. And for that, it'll do 460 k's on a charge. And there is a lot more to unpack in this modern piece of German engineering. We'll get to all of that very soon. But right now, I want to bring your attention to the design, because BMW's electric car division, their designers lately have gone a little bit, well, there's probably a word in German for it. But this one has bucked the trend and looks refreshingly normal. And as someone who was born with a pair of eyes, I just want to say, BMW, thank you. BMW has caused division with some of their new all-electric designs, which makes this one refreshingly normal, and that's because it's actually an electric version of the existing X3, which means the spacious interior also has a traditional BMW feel, while including modern gadgetry such as a 12.3-inch touchscreen display, a heads-up display, a PSC of 37, and a Harman Kardon sound system, which in my opinion is the best I've ever heard in a car, aided by the vehicle's acoustic glazing package. As for rear passengers, there's plenty of legroom and headroom on the soft seats made from Vernaska leather, whatever that is, as well as enough storage in the 510-litre boot to hide a stowaway, although under the bonnet there's no storage. As in the combustion models, this space housed an engine. Now, while this is the 125 grand model named Impressive, with 20-inch wheels and a bucket load of gadgetry, there is an Inspire model, which is 10 grand less, yet still retains the large 80 kilowatt hour battery and 210 kilowatt motor. And all that's great, but it's a BMW, so most importantly, what's it like to drive? First impressions are the seats are very comfortable. They're like bucket seats, very high lateral support, which stops you sliding around. It hugs you, makes you want to do things that may or may not be legal in this vehicle. But I've got to behave myself, even though I have 210 kilowatts of power at my disposal, and torque, more torque than a politician, 400 Newton meters. The 0 to 100 time with all of that is 6.8 seconds, but that's not epic for an electric vehicle. It's good for a crossover of this size that weighs 2.2 tons like this one, but it's not epic. We know electric vehicles can do more. That being said, that power is at my disposal, oh, like a punch. It's like the devil tempting my right foot at every green light. I have to learn to behave myself. Something interesting about this car is that BMW have managed to do what a lot of car makers like to do these days, and that is insert the product into popular culture. In this case, it's a Marvel movie. BMW got together with Marvel Studios and had the iX3 inserted in a really dramatic scene where the car is flying through a forest and there's tree branches and limbs and leaves everywhere. Then it flies up a riverbed and there's rocks and water, and it's a fantastic scene, and I'd love to show you that scene. Problem is, the only thing faster than Marvel superheroes are Marvel movie lawyers, and they would be on top of me pretty quickly. So rather than spend $100,000 on buying the rights to that scene, what I'm going to do is use all of the technological capability at my disposal and recreate it for you exactly like it appears in the movie. Brace yourself. You're welcome. Obviously, if you're going to spend 125 grand on a car, you expect to get a lot of features, and you do with this one. There's the obvious stuff like a heads-up display that you can't see, but I can, showing me not only my speed, the speed limit of the area I'm in, but also a little map showing me where my next turn is. And you get other cool stuff like a sunroof. Let me check this out. That is wicked. Look at the size of it. Panoramic sunroof. It also comes with a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. There's no point in me playing some music and then you trying to listen to it through the microphone on the camera. It'll sound terrible. Take my word for it. The sound system in this car is, I think, the best I've ever had. Seriously. I could use adjectives like warm or crisp, sport, great, or epic, but it is just, you have to hear it for yourself. This car also has 3 different driving modes you can choose from. You've got comfort, which it's in now, which is comfortable. Then you've got sport mode, which I'll press. not only is the throttle response better, but the noise generator gets louder, which is a neat little gimmick. Whereas if I press Eco Pro, already I can feel the accelerator becomes much more spongy and there's no noise generator. And regarding the noise generator, here's an interesting fact. The sound that emanates from it, this noise here, was created by none other than the composer Hans Zimmer. I mean, it doesn't get any more German than that. Another gadget this car has is something I've never tried before, and I'm going to try it right now. It's called Parking Assistant Plus. And supposedly, if I find the right parking space here in this car park, it's going to park for me. I'll believe it when I see it. Let's go and hunt for a parking space now. All right, first let's press the button to turn it on. Park Assist. I guess it's working. So what do? I just drive along until it finds a space. I mean, there's spaces everywhere. Oh, just come to start parking, come to a stop. Okay. Select symbol for parking space to park. That one, I guess? Parallel parking, bay parking. That's what it is. Oh, the indicator's come on by itself. Take hands off steering wheel and release brake. Are you sure? Oh, this is freaking me out, man. Holy sugar plums. Far out. I don't like this. Oh, this feels weird. What's it doing now? This feels illegal. Holy cow. I can't believe this. Whew, wow. How about that? That was cool. Oh my God, I want to do this again. I gotta do this again. And after I'd finished being a 10-year-old at Rainbow's End, it was time for me to put this BMW on the motorway. I'm still buzzing after that parking thing. That was wicked. I want to try that again later. In the meantime, I want to try the car's driving assist function by turning on adaptive cruise. Let me get up to the speed I would like, which is 100 kilometers an hour. There we go. Turn it on. Okay, assisted driving is on. It's now using its sensors to keep me at a safe distance from the truck. The little icon on the dashboard shows a truck, so it knows it's a truck. That's pretty smart. But if I relax my hands on the wheel, how good is it at keeping in the lane smoothly? At the moment, it feels pretty good. Now, it does have a mode that I can use in stop-start traffic where it will allow me to take my hands off the wheel. At the moment, if I let go for a while, it'll start flashing, it'll tell me to put my hands back on. Okay, this guy's pulling in front of me. The car's recognizing that and slowing down. Oh, now he's departing the lane. And the car's doing a great job. It is doing a superb job. Okay, I'm going to accelerate past these people because everyone's going far too slow. Oh, I do like having that power under my foot. Not the fastest car I've ever driven, but it is a nice, responsive machine. And that torque is good. All right, the car is in comfort mode and I can slither into my seat and relax because we are now heading south to the Bombay Hills, south of Auckland, because there are two ChargeNet hyper rapid chargers. They're not just regular chargers, they're hyper rapid chargers. Both can deliver 300 kilowatts of charging speed each. Now that's more than most electric cars can handle. So I'm going to go plug this car in and see just how fast it charges. So I'll see you at the charger. And after a bit of car karaoke, I soon arrived to the hyper rapid chargers about 50 k's south of Auckland. And here we are at the ChargeNet hyper rapid chargers in the Bombay Hills. Let's reverse in and plug it in. I'm going to reverse in manually, see if I can do it better than the computer. So I put on my reversing face, we've all got one, and got the car into position to charge alongside another electric car which had just pulled in. So using these chargers is as easy as swiping a key fob in front of the charger, selecting CCS or CHAdeMO. Now these people have just run up and plugged in CHAdeMO, so that only leaves me with a CCS, which is good because that's what I need. So I'm going to choose CCS high power charger, 300 kilowatts capacity. Grab the plug. Yep. Now it should start charging automatically. It'll be an interesting test because every time I've tested one of these, I've had the charger myself. But now we have a car charging alongside. So apparently this car can take 150 kilowatts Let's see if it can do it while another car is charging here at the same time. This would be a good test. One thing I love about these hyper rapid chargers is that each one can recharge 3 cars at once, all at high speed. So this charger still has 300 kilowatts max capacity, so I'm charging 145 kilowatts. You're at 25 and a half kilowatts.
Yeah.
So we've still got more than 100 kilowatts of capacity to be used.
Yeah, if another car.
If we have another car show up.
Yeah.
All right, now the car's plugged in. It's time for a plug for the people that put food on my table, Ecotricity. Not only does Ecotricity put potatoes in my belly, but they also happen to be New Zealand's only carbon zero certified electricity provider. So while the other companies might put all their efforts into fancy advertisements, Ecotricity puts all their efforts into combating climate change, with every electron they produce being 100% renewable and 100% guilt-free. So why not be on the right side of history and make the move today at ecotricity.co.nz. And while you're there, check out the EV Buyer's Guide, where you'll find the ranges and prices of every electric vehicle on sale in New Zealand today, including this one, which, like a competitive eater, was busy munching on 100% renewable electrons, courtesy of one of ChargeNet's hyper rapid chargers. Alright, the car is now charging, which gives me a minute to talk about charging speed. If you were to charge using a hyper rapid charger like the one I'm plugged into now, from 10% to 80% full, you're looking at about 30 minutes. If you were to charge the car at home, from empty to full, you'd be looking at about 35 hours if you use a trickle charger, or using a 7 kilowatt wall mounted charger, about 12 hours. So my advice to you is to get one of those 7 kilowatt wall mounted chargers. You can get one from BMW. They have one that costs about 2,200 plus installation fees, or you can get one from the third party companies such as EVNex. Not being paid to say anything nice about them, I've just heard good things about them on social media, and you'll be looking at between $1,000 and $3,000 depending on how easy your install is. As for warranty, this car comes with a 100,000 kilometer or 5-year warranty, and that includes 5 years of roadside assist. And that is it, that's my spiel done. The car now has 247 kilometers of range showing, which is much more than I need. So that's it, I'm done, let's go for a drive. And with the car topped up, it was time to throw this $125,000 slice of Deutsche Technologie into some twisty Aotearoa corners. I've got heaps of electricity. I'm in the countryside on a beautiful sunny day in paradise. Let's put this thing through some curves. Let me chuck it into sport mode. Alright, we're on sport dynamic setting. Let's see how it handles. This is a tall lumbering vehicle. Is it going to be any good? First corner. Oh, that's surprising. That's genuinely surprising. That is really surprising. This is handling much better than I thought it would. That low center of gravity, you can really feel it. Oh yeah. Oh, what a dream for such a tall vehicle. There is no body roll, there's all my equipment flying around the car. No body roll at all, the suspension is intelligent, the center of gravity is near the ground. Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Look at that. Just effortless. And at the risk of having more fun than the law allows, I turned on the maximum speed limiter. Alright, so the speed limiter is now set, so I can have a bit of fun without worrying too much about breaking the law. It's going to keep me under 100 k's an hour, or at least it's going to try. Oh, this is great. Oh, did you feel that? Of course you didn't, you're watching it through a video. I mean, it is a big heavy vehicle, but still, it doesn't handle like one. It handles like something half its height. Tell you what, that speed limiter is my new best friend. I mean, this is not a supercar. It doesn't have McLaren acceleration. But for what it has on tap, just like that. And it wants to be driven. For a car that's going to spend most of its life as a family wagon, this is a machine that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It just wants to be driven. It's fun. I didn't know BMWs could be fun. It's obvious I had far too much fun in what really is a very serious car, so it's probably for the best that I wrap up the day's driving with my worthless summary on this remarkable piece of engineering. Thing is, I didn't think I would have this much fun driving this car. When they said, oh, you've got a BMW iX3, I thought, how do I make that entertaining? Well, it turns out it's been pretty effortless because this car's got so much stuff in it. It handles like a dream. The power is just right. I absolutely love it. It's superb. Like, if you're a BMW existing driver and you're watching this and you're thinking, maybe I should upgrade to the iX3, get better power plant. Well, you've got nothing to worry about. If you drive an X3 already, then it has all the benefits you're used to without any of the downsides, plus the extras thrown in, such as improved throttle response. You haven't got that little tiny power band of an internal combustion engine. You've got that power on demand all the time. Secondly, you've got a much lower center of gravity because of the battery, so low under the car. It handles like a car half its height. And thirdly, it's a much quieter ride because you haven't got that engine rattling away. Honestly, it has been a dream to drive. It's been great fun. I really enjoyed it. I've had so much fun in a sensible iX3. It's a sensible car made by sensible Germans for sensible consumers. And from what I know about German humor, I don't think that's allowed.